Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your St. Paddy's Day services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, I know I've been absent for a few days, a wee few days, yes. Been a very busy weekend. Pourquoi? Mrs. Kilt-Man and Kilt-Man Jr. went down to London, the big smoke, the big city, yes, the capital of multiculturalism. Yeah, you try and work that one out as well. Why? To watch Liverpool versus Newcastle at Wembley for the final, the Carabao Cup. And Liverpool lost. Yes, I know. Fucking, what the hell happened there? Sluggish, lazy, passing was all to shit. They couldn't pass wind. Bloody awful. Newcastle wanted it. They've been denied it several times before and they fucking wanted it more than anybody else did. But Liverpool had played PSG during the week and were knackered. We went to extra time and fucking, well, look, let's not bore you with the details of the Reds coming undone. The Reds are still going to win the Premier League. Of course they are. They are going to win that. So they're down there doing that, having fun, going out for meals and drinky poos and having fun. So while the cat's away, the kilted mouse doth play. So he was out as well. Yeah, and so it's been a very busy weekend. Had lots of fun, lots of drinky poos, and yeah. And then I thought, well, look, God, right, it's Monday, the start of the week. Let's get cracking, let's do some videos. Okay, but it ain't just Monday, is it? No. It's St. Paddy's Day, St. Patrick's Day, yes. That guy that was abducted from Britain by Irish rogues and pirates and enslaved and took back to Ireland, who then escaped and went back to his family. Somehow it found his way back to his family, so the myths will have it. And then, but he was monastic and he studied. He got the bishopdom as well from Rome and all that kind of stuff, apparently. And then he went back to Ireland to teach all these pagan ne'er-do-wells Christianity. And he became the patron saint of Ireland, St. Patrick. And you find anyone in the world that knows any of that story. Even the people from their own country don't know who their patron saints are, what they did. They just know, well, in our Scotland, you know St. Andrew. Wales, you know St. David. Ireland, you know St. Patrick. It means drinking Guinness and getting wasted, having loads of fun, and leprechauns and potatoes and all that kind of stuff. And funny how Englishmen who persecuted the Scots, the Welsh and the Irish so oft throughout the centuries, they're the ones who celebrate St. Paddy's Day the most of all. All of a sudden, like, oh yeah, well, me nan went to Dublin once back in 1945, something like that, and well, I'm part Irish because of that. Yeah. Suddenly, everyone's, they're Irish now for one day. I am half Irish, half Scottish. The exact ratio is, well, it's actually more Scottish because my dad's side's Scottish, my mum's side's Irish. But hey, I'm definitely quite a large chunk of me is Irish, and I don't normally celebrate that, as you guys well know. But so I'm guilty of it as well. Guilty. St. Paddy's Day. Suddenly, he dons the green. He's got his Guinness hat on, and he's, where's my Guinness? I've just had a load of Guinness. I got up and sat down again. but we have one here. I'll just go and get this sorted. I'll put it into my Scottish Rugby Six Nations Guinness glass. I've just been down to the Royal Oak. You guys know it. If you're on Facebook, you've seen pictures of me there already. Having a bit of fun. A little bit of fun. And what I didn't realise was Oh, let's come round. Let's pull this slow and gentle. That's how you always start off, slow and gentle. And then you're like a fucking piston, aren't you? For all of 10 seconds, and it's all over and done with. And you lie the other side and let them clean up the mess. I did not realise, and since Friday, and I've been there, the Royal Oak, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yesterday, and now today, I did not realise that they were doing 2 pints of Guinness for £6. That's basically £3 for a pint of Guinness. Where are you in London, Mrs. Kilt-Man? What's a pint of Guinness down there? Ooh, about £8, maybe £9. Dublin, probably even more. It's ridiculous. And they were doing Jameson's. Now, you know, I am the whiskey drinker. You know, I'm one of many whiskey drinkers. But I am whiskey primarily, as you guys know. Now, they're doing JMOs for £3 for a double JMOs. So obviously I imbibed with that as well, because why the hell not? And I sat with a couple of people, one of whom I didn't want to sit with, but anyway, it happened. But other people were there too, and we had mighty conversation. Some really life-affirming and very important stuff as well was dealt with. Didn't expect that. Anyway, then the reason why I went down there was to have a couple of Guinness for Paddy's Day, and then come back here to be seated where you see me right now and do the video to do with all of this stuff around you here, around me, not around you, but around me. Star Wars stuff. Well, you can tell I've been drinking. Star Trek stuff. God, I will smoke a turd in hell for that one. Cheers, y'all. A wee drop of the black. You know, can't beat it, can you? I shouldn't drink this stuff because it tends to put weight on me. I know, if you're pregnant, it's full of iron. It's bullshit, that, but there's a small, tiny dose of iron in there which does nothing. It's just old wives' tales. But you're pregnant. Guinness is good for you. And but I know people who are rake thin that drink this all day long, every single day, and they're rake thin. Me, couple of pints of that, fucking sumo wrestler, arse on the floor, fucking thighs like Godzilla, just immense. It puts weight on me. If only that weight could be channeled into like pure, Arnie Schwarzenegger, Stallone style bulk and mass of muscle, but no, it doesn't. It just sits around your midriff, your middle section, and you can't get your belt around it, and oh god, not good. Folks, I used to do, a lot of fitness, health and fitness. I used to be ripped and lean. I was a fitness instructor for a while. Yeah, none of this is made up. It's all stream of consciousness bullshit flowing out of me right now. Like this stuff will be flowing out of me tomorrow morning. But I was a fitness instructor and I learned the whole thing. I learned bodybuilding back in, the 80s. I was a teenager and the growth hormone, I was fucking huge. And with dieting and certain regimes, I got ripped to hell. I then lost it all, then regained it to a degree, more working, more functional in the 90s. Then joined the Marines and lost it all again and became a racing snake. Got down to 9.5 stone, lost everything, but I was ripped and lean as fuck. Definition was unbelievable. Then afterwards, I learned how to modulate it, build it up, lose it again, build it up again, get a bit bigger. I never could get the colossal size I had when I was a teenager. But anyway, it is what it is. But my point was, he says, with a whimsical point, that people, if you're doing it for cosmetic reasons, which sadly far too many people do, people look at your eyes and they look down the body T. Also, when you're going to take someone else, the body T, cross here and down there, a T. You're gonna drop them and kill them. Simple as. But when people are looking at members of the opposite sex. They look at certain things, obviously, but you centre on the centre, the middle. So you can have massive arms and shoulders and a fucking big, chiseled granite jaw, piercing blue eyes. You've got a big belly hanging over your belt. They're not interested. Or you could have puny arms, not much in the old shoulder department, be a bit chubby of face like myself. But if you've got chiseled, sculpted abs, and even when you've got clothing on, when someone's honed and toned. They're drawn to that more than to the bulk and the muscle. Someone who's got like that, because it's the centre. If you're centered, it works. Not scented, well, that could work too, but centered, and you've got your core is in order. If you've got a core in order, then it's all. So, a little bit of health and fitness instruction for you there. All brought about because of drinking the Guinness, which I know is going to send me to rack and ruin. I can drink whiskey all day long, and it doesn't put any weight on me at all. It doesn't, because it goes straight in your bloodstream for one thing. Beer and a stout, unless you're one of these lucky guys that can drink it all day long and remain like that, you become a big blob, a blobby bastard. So I think for one day of the year, I can do it. I can imbibe of this stuff, which is great. If I could not put on weight by drinking this, and you said you've got one drink, that's all you can have for the rest of your life, one drink, I would choose Guinness over whiskey. I would. I just prefer the taste of Guinness. But I've learned that this is not the best for me. Whiskey, although it may have laid waste to my liver and maybe a lot of other organs which I once thought were vital to my existence, but whiskey is the one for me. And I can drink it all day and not get too pissed. However, it should now be noted, this is for the records, that on what night was it? Saturday night I went out and I was in my nearest pub, which is Stanley's Cask, or the Cask as I always call it, and I was in fairly early doors, and I met a little pup, a staffy pup called Luna, and she was gorgeous. I had loads of pictures taken of me with her nibbling my ear, eating my kilt, chewing these very gloves, and loads of fun was had. And I put them on Facebook, and inevitably everybody seemed to think, he's got a new pup. Oh, congratulations, Kilt-Man, you've got a new pup. I got loads of messages, private messages, and my God, I was like, no, it's just a dog. I didn't say we got a new dog. I didn't say that. The dog was nibbling my ear, and it looked like she was whispering something. So I come with a little slogan. What? She didn't. No. Tell me more. But everyone just assumed I've got a new dog. No, not the case. But I'm going to tell you now, we are getting a new dog. It's going to happen. My daughter is putting it on the fast track. Mrs. Kilt-Man and Kilt-Man Jr. are kind of like, let's wait a bit longer. But I know it's going to happen. And it won't be a staffy. It won't be anything small. It's, if I can't have a wolf, I really can't have a wolf for real, I need a dog that looks like a wolf. A German Shepherd, a Belgian Shepherd, loads of shepherds. Not an Afghan Shepherd, don't like those. But or a husky, or a Malamute, or your Canadian Eskimo dogs. And you've got other Eskimo dogs. They're all the same thing. Pointy ears, wolf-like snout, curly tail, stocky legs, and they look great. So me and my daughter have been looking, and we've seen many. So it's going to happen. We are going to get another dog. So you will see in the Kilt-Man video on the Kilt-Man channel in months to come, a new fairy apprentice will be here. It will never replace Roxy. Nothing is ever going to do that. And I'm not saying that's going to happen. Roxy's chapter has come to an end. She's still here in my heart and around us in the ether. She's still here in spirit. But another chapter for another dog is open now for another fairy companion to come in and tell their own story. Now my daughter's really, fixated upon this, and she's putting all her orders in. Like, oh, we can't have a dog that looks like Roxy or looks like Pepper. All the dogs before them, she didn't know them. But the ones that she knew in her lifetime, it's got to look different. It's got to be pure black or pure white, or maybe what do you call it? What's the word for it? When they're kind of chocolatey coloured. Maybe that's it. Chocolate coloured, caramel coloured, toffee coloured, that sort of thing. There's got to be something different we've had already. And she wants a boy dog. A boy. She's under the idea that the fact that all my dogs have been bitches, they're drawn to me as the alpha because they're female, and they're drawn to obviously the sexiest guy in the building, who looks more like an animal than they do. He's hairy than they are. So the females are drawn to the male, and she thinks that a bloke dog will be more drawn to a female. It doesn't work like that at all. It doesn't. Whatever dog you've got is going to be drawn to what they perceive to be the more demonstrative, the more talkative, the more assertive member of the pack, because the family, make no mistake, is the pack. So regardless of what these plans may be, this bloody dog's going to be mine, isn't it, again? But she's determined to make a concerted effort to be more hands-on, do dog walks and do stuff. So yeah, it's great. It's going to happen as well, folks. It's quite exciting. So anyway, that was Saturday night. Met this dog, and the band started setting up, but the band didn't set up until 9:30 in the evening, and I suddenly realised, shit, I was meant to go back. Oh dear, I'm still here. Well, I've got like whiskies. Oh no, what do we do now? Well, it was gradually getting more and more full, and I was sitting. The two guys who had the dog, the pup Luna, had departed. I was still there, and people were gradually filling up, and I knew most of these people. But then people who didn't know me but were following the band, wherever the band goes, they go. They began to filter in as well, and they were looking for specs and all that. And a good bunch of my mates who are much older, a lot of ex-forces, one British military intelligence, great guy. I shouldn't say too much about this lot, but they come in regularly, and they always sit together, and I often sit with them and have a great time. But sometimes I can't be arsed, and I was sitting there, and I had in a sort of corner seat. The seats go round the wall like that, and I've got the table there, whiskies. People are filling up all the way around, but there's definitely an area here at this table. And one by one they came in, and we're like, well, there's Kilt-Man over there, but he's got his earphones in, which he did have at the time. But well, he's doing his own thing. Now one of them came over and sat by me, and I went, all right, I took the earphones out, and I went, all right, brother. And he went, all right. And then he sat and thought about it. And there was another gap on the other side, a much smaller gap at the table. Went and sat over there, and then all the others, which would be 6, 7, maybe even 8 people, came in with his crowd. And they were all looking around, like, oh God, we're going to go. But they all clocked me sitting there, and I knew they were thinking, he's got the best spec. Should we go and ask him to move, or should we just join him? Well, their conundrum seemed to go on for a while before they got served. Eventually, he moved from there. In fact, when they all come in, he kind of got up and said, like, oh, meh, I don't want to go there. And they all looked again at the Kilt-Man spec, which was the Des Res. It was the premiere, and they all went to the bar, and then they sat down at a smaller table, and they started fishing stools and chairs from all over the place, around the back somewhere. So some people are sitting almost on the floor, some are sitting on high stools up there, like. And I thought, I don't give a shit. I was sitting here. I know that they expected me to go, oh, you guys sit here. Now, ordinarily I'd do that. I've done it a million times in the past. But I thought suddenly, why should I? Why should I have to move just because I've been here for a while? You've just come in here now. And, you know, you've got to, we want to sit there. We should sit there. You should sit somewhere else because you're on your own. I'm never on my own. And so I didn't do it. And but other people came in. A couple squeezed in. Yakety yak, we were talking. I didn't know them. And then this woman comes over and she went, I've got a crowd coming in. Are you staying there? And I wanted to go, yes I am. I'm staying here till fucking closing time. I am not moving. And in fact, when I run out of drink, I'm going to send you to go to the bar and get me more. Okay? Capiche? But no, I went, oh, yeah, well, yeah, I can probably, yeah, I'll probably move around in a bit, like, oh, well, thank you very much, thank you. Now, another guy who was beyond them, he went, he's with his mates, two older guys who were following the band, because I didn't know them at all. He went, oh, there's a speck here. Suddenly, little specks were all over the place, even though it was massively filling up. And he went, well, hold the speck for you here. And I went, oh, cheers, mate. So I went, I'll move now. Took me, well, empty at this stage. Went to the bar, refilled 2 more whiskies. And I thought, I don't want to go and sit with these guys anyway, because I'm not that bothered about the band. I'm just staying because I'm staying now. This is how these nights go, you know. Like that. And then ominous gongs go bong. You're in shit, in other words. Like, so I was at the bar, yakety yak with other mates. It's now got really full, and the band's just tuning up. And I thought there's what they call a pinch point. A pinch point. This came about during after lockdown, when pubs, you know, you could open again pubs, but you have to sit, you know, socially distanced. And if you got up, if you went to the bar, you have to wear a mask. If you're walking around, going for the piss, you wear a mask. When you sit down, take your mask off, because obviously you've got to fucking drink your drink. It was them, well, look, let's not go down that road of ridiculous lampoonery, which was just complete and utter kidology. But there was a sign, and it's like you come in the main doors of the cask, and you got, well, I'm doing it from my point of view. Seated area, bar, it's all the way down that side. Another room, seated area, the back part, seated area, and it that's the way it kind of pans out. And but when you first walk in, there's tables all around, a dance floor, and the spec where the band is set up, and the dartboard is there too as well. You made this. I've never missed that board before. Any opportunity. But facing you is a little table, a couple of chairs, and a central column. On the back of that there's a kind of table thing which you can lean against on the other side of it. But it's 2 sort of pinch points. On one side you've got the bar, it's a wider area, but one is like a stranglehold, a bottleneck. And it says this is a pinch point, please keep clear. But that's a holdover from the days of COVID. You know, people shouldn't be close together. When the band's on, everyone's piled up watching the band because they're there, and it's a great spec to get into, you know. So I moved after talking and was stood there, and I drank more whiskey, and I put my other whiskey, Kadoosh. I'm telling a lie. I drank both those whiskeys, and I got another one, and I was thinking, I'm leaping ahead here. The band played their first set, so I got more whiskeys. I was getting more and more pissed, and I was talking to everybody, and everything was great. I thought I shouldn't be out this long, but hey, I've done it now, I'm here, and I'm enjoying the band, so let's just carry on. And then the second act was on, and I thought they're coming to an end now, I'll only get one more. So I went and got another whiskey, and I sat it. So the pillar, you're where the band is, right? You're the band, or slightly off that way. Wall here, and this whole seated area it goes round the wall here, and it's all like that. Oh, by the way, those two old guys saw me, and they were going and calling me over, and I went, oh no, I'm fine here, I'm fine here. But there's one little tiny speck squeezed between these two old guys. I thought, no, I'll stay where I am, thanks. In hindsight, I should have gone over there. But anyway, so I put me brand new large whiskey, and I put it sort of round the corner because there's a shelf. People are sitting there, but it's a big wide shelf, so it's not going to fall on their heads. I put it there. Now, earlier on, hinge point, guy here, and there's a bit of, I look at you, about 20 people that are congested around this area here, and they're all, loads. Some are watching the band, some are just talking amongst themselves. But this guy and his mate led on to me. I didn't know them at all. I'd never seen them before in my life. And I know when someone's like, all right, mate, got a kilt on. I know this shit. I've seen it before. So I was aware, and I was aware and wary of them. Let's put it that way. They're both bigger than me and younger than me as well. It's irrelevant, but it's just stating the fact. And anyway, but they were talking to people that I know, and they were dead loud and all that, like, and brash. But even the band's playing, and I can still hear them. It shouldn't be the case, should it really? But anyway, as the night wears on, and I've just got this other drink, and I've come past them, and I've put it there, and suddenly him and his mate leave. Pinch point. He makes a point at the pinch of smacking his shoulder into me, and I'm like that, and I'm watching the band, boof, like that, and he tells me, oh, I'm sorry mate, I'm sorry about that, and I went, yeah. I thought, no, you did that totally on purpose, you cunt, and no, you did. But I thought, oh, all right, because you've got to get through the crowd now, and off they went out the door. I thought, fucking jerk off. Turned round to get me whiskey. His knocking of me had knocked me and my elbow into my whiskey. So the whiskey's on the side and the whole thing's fucking ran down this shelf. So being a conscientious guy, I was like, oh my God, are you guys all right? You didn't get swilled by that then, did you? No one, they were all oblivious. It just ran down the top, It hadn't touched anyone. Empty glass. I can make an empty glass of whiskey last a long time because it always slides back down. I would have, preserved a good couple of slurpages there, but no, I was too incensed. So I went back through the crowd to the bar. Mistake. Put it down. One of my mates went, what's up? I could see he was pissed off. Like, so what's up? I said, that cunt just swilled me fucking whiskey. Brand new whiskey. I haven't even fucking started it yet. He said, I won't fucking stand for that. And I went, I won't. So I then went out after these two guys. But in the time had elapsed, a lot more time than I probably thought. And in talking to this guy, just had me whiskey swilled, blah, 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 fucking country over there. Went outside, like, looking up and down the street. They're not that way. It's a fucking long street. There's right beside there's a road they could have gone down, but I don't think I even thought about that. I just wanted to see them and then fucking go. Anyway, so I didn't see them. Probably very lucky. So I then crossed the road, ignorant of traffic coming either way, just annoyed. And then I realised, and I've come to this conclusion many times throughout my life, usually of the far worst scenarios, that I have got a very negative side to me, and I have flown off the handle a few times. I have wrecked an establishment in the past. I have hunted people down, hurt people. No innocent people. They've all done something to warrant it. But I'm at the age that I haven't done this sort of thing for a long time, and I hadn't felt as bad as I did that night for a long, long time. And then I come home because, my daughter's here. My daughter's, she's a woman now. She's not, I haven't left a young girl alone in the house to go out and get pissed. No, she's fine. And she's far harder and far more better trained than I am. And I'm pretty well trained. But I trained her. So I went home and my anger sort of coalesced and then erupted into nothing. Just fizzed out. And I thought, oh, what a dickhead. Coming through now, Khan. Yes, you guys know. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. The whole thing was meant, this whole video was meant to be a St. Paddy's Day Star Trek mashup. There's a reason for that. But yeah, I've got a darker side. I make no bones about it. Of course I have. You know, many people have. You haven't got to be male or military to have that. Yeah, anyone's got it. You know, you get angry, and the thing is, he'd had one whiskey too many. Well, I had one whiskey less, didn't I? And this cunt did it on purpose. I don't think he knew about. There's no way he saw that whiskey there. I thought, my action of knocking him and my momentum will swing him round and his elbow will knock his own drink over. You know, moustache twirlage. No, he didn't think like that at all. But he just thought, I'm going to knock right into him. He's bigger than me. I was in a vest as well, and I had done some weights as well earlier on that day. Just maintenance, just fucking, you know, just you get the veins showing. Yeah, I'm a vain bastard. So, but people like to tread on. You know, oh, is that bastard Kilt-Man? They'll have a go at him. Like, I've had this before. They've always lost. Usually just verbal, or usually it's just a stare, and like, you know, they back down. That's what it is. And I'd advise anyone that does think that they're going to do something like this, I'd advise you not to. I will hurt you. I will, and I'll probably enjoy doing it, but you know, I don't want to. But if you are going to infuriate me deliberately, I will not just go, oh, okay, well, I'm the guy in the kilt with the silly long hair. Oh dear, yeah, no, I'm gonna, yeah. You're asking for it, you're gonna get it. Simple as. Cheers, y'all. But I calmed down. And then I had this, oh, you're getting too old for this. You know, like Lethal Weapon, you're getting too old for this shit. You're never too old for it. Anyway, so back to the whole reason for why I was doing a video in the first place. I hadn't done one over the entirety of the weekend. It's Paddy's Day. Star Trek. Why Star Trek? Well, there is a box there, just there, from Captain Ronnie over on the Emerald Isle. He sent me this thing, and it arrived, I'm not sure what date it arrived on now, but a few days ago. And he said, he had warned me, he said, get that book that Paul Ike, another great channel contributor, a great friend of the channel, a great friend of mine, sent that book there, which is like, it's a big, what's it called again? Star Trek, the official guide to the animated series. The animated series, which I have discussed before. And he sent me that. He sent me a book on Star Trek, the motion picture, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And he sent me this. And he said, oh, you review this. That was 2 months ago, over 2 months ago. And what happened? I went, oh, before I review that book, I'm going to watch the series again. So I can kill two Klingon birds of prey with one phaser blast. I will review the series, the 2 seasons of the series, and the book as well. Yay, there we go. So but I began to watch episodes, and then I thought, well, the weekend went by, but I'm going to binge watch all these. So I said to him, like, it's taken longer than I thought because, you know, I want to watch all the episodes. And then that following week, I got ill, and I was ill for 3 fucking weeks, and it played havoc with every video that I did. So I didn't do videos for long chunks of time, and even then I was coughing my lungs up when I finally got in front of the camera. So it was a nightmarish time, and then all the things arrived, and this book got kind of Paul, I do apologise. It got shunted, you know, to the back. I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to discuss it, but other stuff just seemed to just take over. So anyway, Captain Ronnie sends. He says, like, look, what I'm sending to you, it's going to tie in with Paul's book about Star Trek. So right, okay. So it's something to do with Star Trek then, isn't it? Clearly, it must be. But he said something like, it'll tie in with Paddy's Day as well. So I thought, and it rang today, so well, okay, I'll leave it till Paddy's Day. But Star Trek, what was the whole fucking thing about that? Anyway, when it turned up, I was about to leave the house, and I'd already informed the staff, so look, something's coming today. I knew it was coming, but I've got to go now. But as I opened the door, it turned up with a distinctly non-British delivery guy, who then said to me, from Prime, Amazon Prime, and he said, he said something, and I went, what? And he kept the package back, and his little meter thing, his little readout thing, and he said this thing again, and I went, what? What he was trying to say was, well, as I ascertained, what year were you born? And I went, this took a few attempts. I said, what? What year was I born? I had to fucking think as well. I was like, I was 1969. He looked at me with that and he went, no way. He just took him and and then gave it to me and then fucked off. Why am I giving my date of birth in? My year of birth? Got to be two things. This is either a Klingon war dagger, a bladed item, or it's alcoholic. So I thought, what? Romulan ale? Romulan ale. Could be. Could make you go blind, you know, that stuff. So, I look at it now. Whatever's in there is Star Trek related. Oh, I think it is. It's got to be. Otherwise, he wouldn't have said to get that book out, which is to write me to fucking review it. Paul, I'll do it. But in that box, it's very light as well. There's got to be something. I haven't got the ski and do, have I? I'll have to go and get the ski and do so I can slip the stuff open. 1 second. Where's the box? Here be the box. It's very, very light. But you've got to give your age away to a delivery guy. It's either a weapon or it's alcohol. It's got to be. Now, I don't know what alcohol Star Trek do. Is it Starfleet ale? I don't know, but it's got to be. So let's slice our way in. Oop. And you're hearing SETI. Oh no, this is not SETI Alpha Eos, it's I've done worse than kill you. I've left you marooned inside the belly of a dead planet, buried alive, buried alive, buried alive. Gone! I found loads of appropriate memes for this. Leprechaun. So Ricardo Montalban as Khan, but Leprechaun. With all the Irish flag behind and all this. And okay. There's some pink bubble wrap here. That's interesting. Pink bubble wrap. And I wanted to find a leprechaun. There's the gorn sitting there. Leprechaun. But there was no memes. There probably is, but I couldn't find any. We have some galactic packaging. It's the Interstellar brown paper horseshoe. But we have. Oh God. Well, it definitely says Star Trek. Old font Star Trek. Hang on there. There's a glass there, can you see that? Oh, hang on, it actually says Star Trek beer gifts for men, dads, girls. Okay. Ooh. Oh, don't want to drop this. So it's a glass, obviously. It's a glass. It's not just a glass. Captain's log beer and glass set. Star Trek Enterprise zooming water speed. Exploring the universe one brew at a time. So what's that? There's a can there. Out of this world. Out of this world taste. Okay, Star Trek. Hailing. This is great. Hailing frequencies open. Right. Simmer down a bit. The Enterprise journeyed to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Its mission to boldly go where no one had gone before. The Captain's Log Session IPA, that's a beer, has been created in tribute to the crew of the Enterprise, who have kept audiences around the world captivated since the mid-1960s. This American-style IPA achieves a delicate balance of flavour and hoppiness, delivering taste and texture without being overly strong, and shouldn't give you a hangover as bad as Romulan Ale. As bad as Romulan Ale will. Live long and prosper. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Even in the glove. It's 4.2%. Star Trek branded glass. A bold taste of space. Let me. It's empty. And the glass has the Federation Starfleet logo on it, and you can probably just about see the bottoms of it there. And there's a can of this beer. Do you know what? I've never seen that before. And here's something weird for you. I don't want to open it. How many times do I go for this with action figures and NECA stuff? I'm like, oh, don't open this, but I'm going to, because you want to. Obviously, you want to open a bloody thing, but they look great in the packaging. This looks fucking great in the packaging. You've got your Starfleet glass there. Is there a way of opening this without ruining the box? Because I want to see that can. Look, it's the old style, Star Trek font with all the Starfield behind and the Enterprise there. That's an Enterprise sound effect which you didn't make the TV show. I'm still wearing this hat, aren't I? Yes. Oh yeah, because I went into the Oak, as I said, and discovered how amazingly cheap everything was, and they gave me this. Oh, you can't open this. It's not sealed. It's not like. Oh no. Oh, Captain Ron. Cheers, mate. Cheers, literally. Oh, look at it. Oh, can you see that? You've got the Starfleet Delta. Is it Delta? Whatever you call that. Fucking whoosh, swish. Oh, I thought I'd done something there. You know me, my butterfingers. This can all be repackaged if need be. So you got a nice glass. Again, Starfleet logo. Can you see that? I'll put it on my face. You can see it then, can't you? Alright. I said to Captain Ron, does this warrant me wearing the Captain Kirk shirt, which I've got? And I think he said yeah. And of course, that was earlier on. And I put this on because it's Paddy's Day, so I'm wearing the green. Right. Oh. I've got a Guinness there, and now I've got an IPA. Right, this can all be put back in. It's lovely, compartmentalised. Everything seems to work great there. That could be put back in. And as I say, there's such thought, because that logo, the whoosh, is all the way around the back of the box. It even looks like a transporter room, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't that not look like a transporter room? Oh, have I got it? Oh, the figures are too big. But hang on a minute. Here's a little Snake Plissken. Let's see if we can transport him out of New York, and definitely not into LA. You don't want to go to LA, mate. Shit. But look, you could do that. That is like a transporter beam, isn't it? A transporter room. Look at that. crate. I've now lost my Snake Plissken figure. Oh, here he is. But rather brilliantly, he's lost his gun. Kilt-Man, your ham-fistedness is legendary. So yeah, anyway, let's get the can. I'll find that gun, don't you worry about that. It's a little can. It's got a dint in it, it's got a dint. Obviously some fucking Klingons had a go at that. Hailing frequencies open. I think it says the same thing on the back. Yeah, it does, as it does on the back of the box. It's a little can. It's too fucking cute to open, isn't it? Isn't it? Look at it. I didn't know they did this. 4.2. A session IPA session. A session is however long you want it to be. A session on your ale, your drinking session could be like your dinner time, 40 minutes, an hour maybe. Or it could be an early afternoon session, a couple of hours perhaps, 1 till 3, that sort of thing. Or it could be, you know, your tea time session, sort of like 5 till maybe 7. Or it could be like your later session, your nighttime session. But again, still evening, you're back home by 10 o'clock maybe. And then you have your super session. You start off when the pub's open and you stay until the pub's closed. That's a big session. That's a session on fucking warp speed. Oh, I've got a fucking Guinness, haven't I? Ronnie, what do I do? Ronnie, do I open this? Do I try it? What do I do? Tell me. I can't hear you. Hang on. Let's get me. Well, the batteries run out of my communicator, so Captain Ron, I can't hear you, Captain Ronnie. Oh dear. Right, that's screwed. Tell you what, still works. And these, I've got 2 of these. These are the phasers from the new J.J. Abrams, but from the first Star Trek movie that he did. And I got, when was that? Was that 2009, 2010, something like that? I got 2 of these the first week that movie opened, and never changed the batteries, and they still work. These are the best batteries in the Federation. Oh look, if I open that right now, I am going to ruin the Guinness. You just are going to do that, aren't you? So maybe I'll save that until I review that book and the TV show, the animated series. Yeah, sounds like a plan, doesn't it? There's a plan there. And how many of my plans have gone to rack and ruin lately? Yeah, all of them. But Ronnie, I think I'm going to keep that. I'm going to preserve that because A, they look great in the box. Let's have a look at that again. The colour scheme is outstanding. Of course, the fucking the jersey I was going to wear is that bloody colour as well. I should have done it, shouldn't I? Oh God. What? You don't believe I got that jersey? Hold on. Hold on to your Klingons. Proving that I did get this down ready. There you go. And yeah, it is the newer version, but I do like the newer version. The old one, the old mustard coloured top, it's very woolly and it's itchy and scratchy. I know people who do cosplay and they go, oh my God, fucking horrible this room. This is lovely, 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 lovely. And it's got, of course, it's made up of that Federation Delta logo, just sort of like a mosaic, like that box is. So even though it's got the old font and all that, it kind of reflects, it's brilliant, it's reflecting the old series, the original series, and the new movies. I like that, even though I detest the new movies, apart from the first one, which is great. And they are doing another one, aren't they? Aren't they? I think they are. The Star Trek rules. And this is from the guy that, right at the start of this video, I said Star Wars. First cough. That's the first cough I've done in 24 hours. So, we're talking improvements, are we not? Cheers, y'all. Cheers, Captain Ron. Cheers, Paul. I will sort that out. I will put this all back together again. And folks, enjoy St. Paddy's Day. How can you fit all that hair underneath that? Wow, I'm gonna float. There's like a weight lifted off me. And as I say, it's reversible, this. So you've got the pure genius of the original. There you go. Great. Rutger Hauer was the human equivalent of a pint of Guinness. That's why they used him to advertise it in that very successful TV commercial campaign. Dressed in black with his blonde hair and with a pint of Guinness. He was the physical human embodiment, or replicant embodiment, of a pint of Guinness. And we still miss Rutger Hauer, don't we? Incredible actor. Anyway, shamrocks. Oh, I've just thought I could have put all the Colonel Cochrane silver shamrock gear up, couldn't I? All the masks. Oh well, it is what it is. There'll be another Paddy's Day along next year. Don't worry about that. And we'll be here for that one as well. So in the meantime, this ever limerick strewn and leprechaun besotted in between time, please keep it Kilty, keep it Celtic. And whatever you've got, raise it now. We're on the Genesis countdown. Let's let it tick away for a bit. Star Trek 2 is still my absolute all-time favourite of anything Trek related. Such a clever movie. It's simplistic. It's revenge, it's fear of getting old, it's friendships, it's tragedy. It's soap, but it's action paced. You know, you've got loads of incidents. And one of the greatest villains the universe has ever known, you know. Khan Noonien Singh, Ricardo Montalban. Real pecs, talking about doing weight training and stuff. He fucking worked out. It's not a prosthetic. It's not a tumor. It's not prosthetic, that's his real chest. He worked out like a bastard. But you know where this is going to go, don't you? Oh dear, let's turn up. And there's the one of my many Snake Plissken figures. Little Plissken. He had the revolver, the shitty, stupid, what was it called, Python, with a telescopic sight on it. I've said how many times? John Carpenter has no idea about weapons. No idea. In all his best movies, he fucks up with the weaponry. A telescopic sight on a fucking revolver, you are joking. A telescopic sight on an Ingram Mac 10. It's a room clearance weapon. You kick a door down and you spray, the entire magazine is gone within almost 1 second. It's gone. And you've killed everybody in there. You're not gonna fucking aim down a telescopic sight, are you? No, you're not. Uh-oh. Where's Spock? Oh god. Kirk's running. He slides down the metal staircase. can't go in there. You'll flood the whole compartment. He's dead already. Scotty. Oh God. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Or the one. Oh, God. Why is it I can't get through this without getting upset? We know he comes back. You didn't at the time when you were a kid, as I was. He had a bad haircut and stupid ears. And a voice that sounded like he was chewing pebbles. But Nimoy was the man. Spark. And he gets up and straightens his tunic. Duty first. Decorum. Tis logical, Captain. Spark. Keeps you human. Ironically. Humbles you. Not everyone sees people die in real life. Not everyone sees the worst that can happen. Not everyone does. Thankfully so. God, you don't want to. But this sort of thing, even in a movie, makes you realise the fragility of existence and what it means to have a bond with someone and to see him go. And the way like Shatner just collapses next to the plexiglass and slumps. Oh man. Well, that's St. Paddy's Day combined with Star Trek. Alcohol, rage in the pub, and the whimsical, fragile, umbilical cord of existence and the bond that we have between our friends, and how, you know, finite it genuinely is. There you go. Captain Ron, cheers mate. And here we go. Okay, it's not Danny Boy, but you know. You know, if Genesis really is life from lifelessness, I've forgotten the quote now, I must come back this way sometime, because he knows that if jettisoned Spock's body but onto the new Genesis world, but if life can come from lifelessness, the Genesis project, come back, he could be there. And of course he is, he's there. So, you know, I'm going to return to this alcohol and Star Trek related universe and boldly go where I think far too many of us have been too many times before. Right folks, I'm out of here. Please keep it Kilty, keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all. Ooh, that didn't work, did it? Oh, aye, that didn't work at all. Laters. God.